butter chicken.
Is Somalian food nice?
Best food ever. Best food I've ever tasted.
I don't think I've seen, because I'm just asking because, of course, number one, I've never had it. But I've never seen like a Somalian food spot.
Like, you know what? You just won't take notice of them because the way they're built like coffee shops.
Thank you.
But yeah, like...
An hour and 45 left. So if you go over, it will just stop recording.
Okay.
No, that's fine. Hour and 45 is perfect. Because the last time I was in here for 2 hours, when I told him I'll be here for an hour. But the thing is, yeah, anyway, listen, Kevin's my guy. He's very supportive of what I'm doing. So, but then when it came to the editing, he was like, it was 2 hours. And I'm like, but you didn't come in and stop me. We were just recording. Anyway, he's really supporting this. So, yeah.
Big up him. But I was saying, like the Somali food joints, like you'll see them, but you won't like be like, I need to go there. They don't look appealing on out, but I promise you, go into any Somali food place, you'll leave, my belly be hanging out. Like I'll be wearing a loose fitted top and it'll be bursting out, my belly will be bursting out.
No, but think about it. You see how we go Chinese, we go Turkish, Indian.
Yeah.
These days, what's the new one where they cook in the middle? Like the Korean.
Oh, Brazilian's good as well. Brazilian's good.
Yeah, I've had like Brazilian. I went to like a Brazilian grill place. You know when they come around like
they come with the
meats
meat
and stuff. I actually really liked it. I don't know why this was one time. This was a long time ago as well.
Brazilian food is top tier.
Yeah.
Like with mine, I don't like. I'm one of those people. I forcefully don't go with the crowd. As soon as everyone starts messing with something, I'm like, that ain't it anymore. Like I'm a bit of a hater. I'm I wouldn't even say a bit of a hater. I'm the biggest hater. That's why, like...
What the fuck?
I'm the biggest hater. Like, you see when, like, musicians are doing really well, that's when they got me as a... No, but...
Can I tell you something about that? Any person that knows me, I have such a big heart. To some people, it doesn't look like it. To a few people, it looks like it. I want to say this very well. Yeah. You see when you've supported people from the beginning and you notice some changes.
Yeah. The money's good.
You start to think, I want you to be how you were when I met you. But I'm a bit of a hypocrite because there's a quote that I always use from Jay-Z. Jay-Z did an interview, this was years ago. And then he was talking about like people saying that like he's changed, and I think he was referring to like people he's worked with like in the past, and
Dame Dash and that.
and I think he was also talking about maybe people that he maybe grew up with. I think that's what he was trying to say. And then he was like, but why are you telling me that I've changed? Like I didn't work this hard to stay the same. When I heard that,
well, the way it is, it's like people, I promise you, if you give me £1 million right now, you think I'm gonna be the same? I'm gonna be
be the fucking same.
I'm gonna be a snob. That's why I'm not rich. Listen, God hasn't made me rich yet for a reason.
I changed jobs 3 months ago, so it's like, basically, I put in mad work in my previous job just to move up higher. And listen, I gave myself 3 years in my previous job, literally on the 3rd year date. Like God is my witness. That period, that 3rd year date that I gave myself, I got this new job. I said, thank you, Jesus. Come and see how I move now.
Yeah, see, you got to move big time.
Come and see how I move now.
But with me, like, I hate because, like, I need to...
He said I hate because...
I feel like I need to give a little... artists need a little pep in their step, a little... Nah, sometimes you're living too comfortable thinking everyone loves you. And that's when I turn on you. Nah, but it's like, sometimes, like... I don't like saying like rappers, like if I'm doing a podcast, I wouldn't be like, I hate this person, I'll just stay silent. I don't want to be out there, but then like sometimes the music be falling off when they get too successful. It's like, but at the same time,
when they're too commercialized.
Yeah, at the same time, I'm happy for you, but like I'm gonna have a bit of fun with you. Like if I said like, I've always grown up like in the social media world, and there's always people like that cuss me out, and I don't ever like take it personally. I'm just like, think it's a bit of fun, but I understand the way people look at it.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to like sit down and rap and be like, why do you find these comments like offensive? Like with me, I see people be sending me like.
Do you know what? There is somebody. I won't say who. I don't want to say who yet, just to be annoying. But it's because I would love to sit down with this person and just talk about, you see what you're about to say, like, why have you started moving like this, whatever. I have messaged this person. They have acknowledged the message. Yeah?
I don't do that.
And I want them to be on the next episode. I purposely haven't looked for a guest for the next episode because I want this person, you see, for what you just said right there, just to talk about those things. Yeah.
Like for instance, you don't know, do you know football? Mm-mm. Like Saka.
Yeah.
I'm a Tottenham fan. Oh. So if you talk to me about Saka, I'm gonna tell you shit. Like he's
because he plays for Arsenal.
Yeah, and I support Tottenham. Mm-hmm. But deep down is like I know, like for the Euros now.
What colour is North London?
Black.
By the way, that sounded so shady. Like, I'm not even an Arsenal fan. I grew up a Man United fan. Only because my dad is a die-hard Arsenal fan. Like, I remember back in the day when Arsenal was sponsored by AOT.
Oh, back
in my
in
dad's
days.
flat, my dad lived in a high-rise, right? Me and my sister going there for the weekend. He's watching Arsenal. As soon as they score, he will literally run. Like, that's the only time I see my dad run. He'll run to the balcony and scream, "O2." But
What,
then,
the sponsor? He screamed the sponsor.
I promise you, no joke.
He didn't even support the team. He just supported the sponsor.
I swear to God, he was screaming O2.
O2 had the worst connection back then.
Bear in mind, me and my sister, we were like, I think we were primary school age at this point. So we'll just be sitting there like, what's he doing?
Do you know what?
So I was forced to go to the other side.
So you come from like an African household.
I'm Ghanaian,
Yeah. Like I've always said, like because I'm Jamaican, and like the difference between like a Caribbean household and the African household is so different. I always say like if I watch football with my dad, it'll be like cool, calm, like But with African household, you're like, it's a goal. And I'm just like,
listen,
wow.
In the African household, football. But the thing is, it's the way Africans cuss as well, especially Ghanaians. Like, we have like a love-hate relationship for the Ghana football team. Listen, like,
I do too as well, man.
I told myself,
they're
like,
so scandalous.
I told myself, I speak 2 languages. English is not my first language.
Is it?
I let people know that Tree is actually my first language. As much as I was born here, I spoke Tree first. So even in the last episode, I had a Ghanaian guest, me and her were speaking Tree, but then I'll say it again. So in the African household, let's say African Cup of Nations, if Ghana is playing, and let's say it's the first half, they're down by 1. It's only the first half. It's 27 minutes in. We ain't got nowhere yet. No, Ghanaians will be like, we are kwasia for what you mean, whatever.
What does that mean?
It means you lot are foolish, you lot are idiots.
But I feel like you lot turn on your people too quick, man.
For no reason.
There's no solidarity.
None. When Ghanaians are winning, Ghanaians are actually very supportive people. There's a reason why we're the most peaceful country in Africa. There's a reason why.
And that's why like Jamaicans or Ghanaians were like this.
Yeah, but really... then I can't lie. You see when Ghanaians want to cuss, and especially in this new like social media age, you see Ghanaian bloggers. There's been a rise in Ghanaian bloggers, and they fight online. And do you know who they appeal to? They appeal to people like my mum's age. The WhatsApp. the pensioners.
The
like,
WhatsApp
my mum is officially a pensioner now. Like she's fully. My mum has retired.
Lovely. Like spend her time on the phone.
My mum has TikTok.
My dad has TikTok.
She saw me on TikTok.
I had to block my account on for my dad's thing. I was like, Dad, let me see your phone, and he was like, what for? And I was like, no, I want to show you something. I want the thing done this blocked. I was like, nah.
I need to do that because it's so weird. Like, there was one day my sister sent me a snap. This was literally like a month ago. And she's snapping my mum. I think they were talking about something. And just as a coincidence, when she started snapping, my mum scrolled on TikTok. And she was like, this is... My mum was speechless. She was like... But my mum knows what I do. But then to see it on like TikTok is different for her.
With me, it's my niece.
Okay.
I think we started like 2-3 years ago, and then she came up to me when she was like in year 10. She was like, my friends was listening to your podcast when walking to school, and I was like, oh, you like in year 10. And then she got a job placement, and then I felt so sorry for her.
Why? What happened?
So she was at a job placement, and then her manager was just like, I think they were on a lunch break, and then she was like, oh, this guy, he's a misogynist, I hate him, And then
talking about you.
Then she showed my niece, and he was like, oh, that's my uncle.
Hey!
And I I was like, don't listen. Like, I always say, like, I think it's easy to be called a misogynist.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think I've said this before. I can't remember what show I said it on, but but now that I have you, like someone like you here, who's
What do you mean by that?
who is a man.
Someone like me.
No, I have someone like you here who's a man in the podcast space.
Oh yeah.
Listen, the girls are gonna hate me for this. Yeah, hate me. Women don't care about men in podcast spaces. Me personally, I love guys on podcasts. Like, especially that's why I like you guys' podcast. Like, I remember the first time I saw you guys, I followed you lot straight away. Like, I didn't even wait for the second video. I don't remember what the first video was, but I remember I just tapped and followed because I like guys, especially black men, right, in the podcast space. And I'll tell you why. Because especially black people in general, we demand so much from each other, especially when it comes to like emotions and things like that. Even if it doesn't get that deep, I'm happy that black men have a space to be them.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how deep or how funny it gets, because you know there's like the spectrum is wide.
Yeah, very.
And it's either you're really funny or you're getting too deep and you're pissing people off, or you've got like these controversial opinions that annoy people. I like the fact that black men, even though I can't lie, there's only one or two male podcasters that I'm not really fond of.
Yeah,
but
I've always said that.
Yeah, I can't like each to their own, but I like this. But here's the thing: women love you. Like, they just want something to say.
I feel like when like with like podcasting, like there's certain podcasts. Like, say if I was like a misogynist, where I was like every week I came in and I was like shitting on women. Or like I do admit there's some jokes where people show me and I'll be like, yeah, cool, I shouldn't have said that, because like out of context it looks crazy. I'm out here looking crazy. But I'm just like, oh, like we just have fun. And especially when you see someone online, you don't know their personality. And like and all my friends know whatever I say is 60% a joke. There's some seriousness there, but like, I actually don't care about it. Like, I'll say some things, and I'll say a lot of things I don't even mean. Not that I'm trolling. I'm just like, that was just a good joke to say. And I feel like sometimes I wish I was a comedian, because then I could just be like, I'm a comedian.
I think you could do that, because I think you're funny.
Yeah, but the only thing is, I'm socially awkward in big spaces. You are? Very. Well, like, if there's too many people, I can't be myself.
Is it?
Say if it's like an intimate vibe, I don't give a fuck could be King Charles, Prince Charles,
not
whatever
King
his
Charles.
name. I'm gonna be like, the thing, I always go for a phase, like if I meet someone new, like I'm like the nice person for the first 5 minutes, and then it always slips out, and then like, and
then you show your true colours.
Yeah. It's like, even like I make a lot of jokes. People don't like them on Twitter. Like, they will say, it'll be like, how do I put this? It'll be like gay jokes, but not being. Like, I'll be like to my friends, I'll be like, let me see your meat.
Oh, like that?
Yeah, like.
Okay, but that's.
No, I'm not like making jokes on like gay people. Yeah. But I'll be like, let me. But then everyone's like, oh.
I can't lie, because my heart almost skipped a beat. I said, where's this going?
No, but then I'll be like, I'll just be chilling with my boys, and there'll be like people who don't know. I'll be like, show them how big it is. Like, but I do it to make everyone feel awkward in the room.
Something like that, I would laugh awkwardly.
Yeah.
Yeah, then, for me, I would laugh.
Like, one of my favourite things to do is, say if I'm in a lift, and then like, see them lifts in the train stations,
The naughty one.
Yeah, but it's big.
Oh, God.
I was with my boy Ash, and then I just say something stupid, like everyone's just there, and I'll be like, man, this orgy's off to a weird start. And I'll just stay silent, and then everyone's like looking around, and I'm just like, I'm laughing to myself because everyone's just so awkward. Like, it's not funny to you, but in my head,
I'm dying. Something like that, I think I would awkwardly laugh as well. I'd be like, what the fuck is this guy on?
But that's the thing, it's like, and with me and my friends as well, like, we're all like-minded, like, we're just like respectfully weirdos. And I always tell people, like, you're weird. But I mean that in, like, you know, the term of endearment. You know how we turn in the word, like the N-word. Weirdos. I've always been a weirdo from when I was a kid. Like, everyone would just be like, you're weird. And I'll just be like, yeah, like.
Is it like your sense of humour, like your attitude to things? Like, what is it?
Yeah, I think it's a sense of humor. It's like with me as well. From where I grew up, like my school was like predominantly, I'd say minorities. So it was different terms of like minorities. But then there'll be small people like white people. But then I started chilling with another school, and it's more like white people and like mixed race people. And then their humor was so far gone from me. Like it was so dark. Like how do I put this? I don't want to make you into a weird thing, but like one of our close people, he passed away. And I was like, oh man, we was like in year 11, like RIP. Man, a week later, we was making jokes on his name, like, but that's just how we like.
You know.
But honestly, that's just like, even till now is like, I've always said you got a week of grieving. But please, like, use my name as jokes. Please, like, laugh. If you want to make a joke about me while I'm dead, please do. Because I'd hate to be, like, dead and people, like, crying constantly
Do you know
over me.
what's funny? Like, I thought about this only because I saw this TikTok video, yeah. Of course, they were Americans. Because, you know, only Americans would do this. And it's not even a joke, it's real life. Because it's the way the person was even recording as well. You know this ain't no joke, it's real life. So it was an actual funeral here. And, like, I know it was a woman that had passed. But the person that was on the podium talking, I don't know what her relation was to the person that died. And then she was like, now, I'm going to start off, y'all. I don't know why you here. And then I was just like, Jesus. And then she was like, I know she ain't mess with you. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I hope somebody sticks up for me at my funeral like this.
There's, I forgot their names. It's two black guys in America. And they do like phone calls. Oh man, their podcast is so wavy.
They do phone call.
Like they would like they do like call-ins, and it's like I forgot what it's called, but like he was like, I was at my grandma's wedding, and then he was like, I'm gonna let my cousin tell the rest of the story. So his cousin's on the phone, and he was like, yeah man, and I got up on stage and I just started freestyling. And his freestyle was fuck cancer. Why you take my grandma? And I was.
That was like, you know, Kevin Hart had a joke, yeah. I don't know who died. I think it was when his mum passed, I think. And then he said that you always have that one relative, like, at the wake that doesn't do too much, yeah. He said that, I think it was Uncle Richard Jr. I don't know if you've heard his Uncle Richard Jr. Yeah. It was either him or somebody else, but I think it was his Uncle Richard Jr. joke. And then he was like, listen, whoever did this, they're gonna die tonight. And then he was like, what the fuck you mean it was cancer? And then his uncle was like, well, you told cancer.
But
what do you do?
But do you know what? I get the Wayne brothers.
Yeah.
So I always see my family like that. Like we bust jokes about anything.
Yeah.
Like nothing's off limit. And it's like humor is the best thing ever. Because instead of us like grieving, like obviously there's a period of time where everyone's like serious, but then I always said like at like funerals or nights, it's like the burial service is always really sad, but once we get into our drinking, it's like we're having a party, we're having fun. Like, I've always said, if I go celebrate my life, I always
thought that, you see, if it was me, like, you know, at my funeral, I will tell people, God forbid, please, I hope my time is not up anytime soon, God, please. But I would want people to remember, like, all the things that I probably said to them, done for them. Because with my friends, like, we could be chilling and they'll be like, do you remember when you said some stupid... Like, for me, it's always, like, some dumb shit that I would say. And I really hope that... I don't know, they have it on like a screen or something.
I would say, I was thinking about this, like when I pass away, hopefully not anytime soon.
God forbid, you will live a long life in Jesus' name.
But I hope I get to heaven's gates and God just plays me a highlight reel of my life. Like all the lit stuff, all the bad stuff. I want to sit there for like...
I'm just at a point where I need to think of life insurance and stuff now. I'm there now. I write in my diary every week, look for life insurance, because my sister has it and she's younger than me.
But I thought about life insurance, but I don't care that much about who I leave behind. I don't care. I've always said, like, when it's my time, I do not care about my funeral service. I was like,
what?
I was like, save your money on a casket. You could leave me in a dustbin,
No.
I said, as long I might leave $1,000, and that grand is going to bar spend. I want everyone to have a lit night. Do you
know who will do that anyway?
Who?
Ghanaians.
Yeah,
Ghanaians will do that anyway because Ghanaians, like, our funerals are 3 episodes. So you have the 1 week.
It's like Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, listen, all the Ghanaians, you don't know, like, we have the 1 week. Then you have, it depends on what country also the person died. So if the person died in Ghana, sometimes you go to Ghana, bury them, do it there. And then you have the Sunday service. You always have to do the Thanksgiving on the Sunday. And then when you come back to London, then you do the final funeral rites, right? Or it could just be, the last 2 steps can be the other way around if the person died in this country. Like, Ghanaians love funerals. And I don't know why, because me personally, I don't like funerals. Like, I don't do well with losses and death and, oh God.
I thought that as well. I cried at my boy's funeral. And it was more, so he was like a colleague, but he turned into a friend. You know them cool guys, but we always knew from the moment we met him, he had a liver transplant at the age of 1. So his time was always ticking, but he would always make jokes about it. And I'll be like, stop saying that. But then, because he was like, why? I was like, because I'm gonna make a joke. And then so then as we came closer, we were always making jokes. And then I left the job, and then the saddest thing is I got a phone call, and I was at the cinema, and my boy was like, I was like, oh, what is it? He was like, oh no, I'll call you after. And I was like, it ain't about so and so. He was like, yeah. I was like, fuck.
You knew.
But then because he wanted to meet up like 3 months before, but then he had like medical issues.
Yeah.
And then he told me, he was like, the funeral's tomorrow. I was like, what? Like, and I was like,
they prepared for it.
Yeah. I think they do like quick turnovers. But even just going there was a beautiful service. Because he was Muslim, we done like prayer. Even like the community there was just beautiful. But then I was just there and like meeting his family. Yeah. Like I'm grieving. Like I've got my shades on. I'm crying my eyes out. And then the worst thing ever is like when they would say, "Oh, do you want to go see the body?" I still couldn't do that. Like even biggest regret I've ever had is when my granddad, he went into hospital, but I was young. I was like 11, and then my dad was like, "Are you gonna come to the hospital?" I was like, "I don't like hospitals. I'll see him when he gets out." Yeah. Then he didn't get out. Oh. And I was sat there, and I was like, my last time with my granddad was probably me and him just sitting down on the TV and just watching cricket. Oh. It was like one of those granddads, like you see when they're watching TV and they're falling asleep, and you're like, let me change it.
Be like, no, I'm watching
it. And there was one time, I nearly cussed him out, but then no, I dislocated my knee, and then so I'm there, and he told me to get the remote, and I was like, Granddad, my knees, like I can't get up. I kid you not, the remote was like an arm stretch away from him. And I was like, I can't do it. And he's cussing me out, so I've got my crutches on the I
feel like it's only black people that will be doing that to their kids I
feel like there's like a lesson learned there. Yeah. It's like I kind of respect your elders kind of thing. Because I'd be doing that to my nephew. I'd be calling him to do random stuff around the house because it's like, I don't know, I got to put you to work.
Oh, one of my nephews, I told you he's 15, like, I don't think he'll do it. Like, he'll protest first. But
with me, I'm young enough to still beat my nephew up, and it won't look weird. It won't look like, cause you know when like he's like 15, like so I can like.
You know, for me, I can't. I won't put hands on any of my babies. Like I've got godchildren. I've got nephews. I have a nephew that's only 2 years younger than me, and I'm like, ugh. But then really and truly, those are my cousin's kids. Yeah. But respectfully, him and his sister, they still call me auntie.
Yeah, that's
sometimes
what
I'm
it is.
Relax, the auntie.
My nephews and nieces don't call me uncle, auntie.
I'm like, relax with the auntie, because you're still young though. You're in your 20s.
Yeah.
Because I remember one episode, I heard you lot say, yeah, you're 90 something, but I said, ah? Yeah. I said, oh, well. Well, there's me feeling a bit old.
I was just saying, but I feel old though. I feel old.
Stop. Anyway, because like some of my aunties and stuff, they would be like, oh, you're still young.
Hate that.
And then they'll pressurize me to have kids and get married.
Forget about that.
Anyway.
I think it's by the way, I think it's the most rudest thing when people tell women like when you're having kids or you should have kids.
Listen, don't fucking tell me to get married. Yeah. You do know that like it's not that I need to be picked, but I want to be picked.
Yeah.
Because me personally, I'll never be the woman that gets on her knee. Not that it's impossible, but then that's just my view
My wife is definitely getting on one knee for me.
Yeah.
I'm being so serious. I've never asked a woman to be my girlfriend.
What?
They just got
Listen, we're going to get into this because I have a question about these.
Okay.
Listen. Anyway, guys, welcome back to SoNicky Podcast. It's me, your favourite homegirl, Nikki. Guys, please, we're back. We're brand new. I have a new home. You guys can see. Please support because we're continuing, but we're starting from the beginning.
A little break.
We had a little break. And I always said it, breaks are...
They're vital.
They're needed, you
Yeah.
know. Yes, I've been doing other things as well, but I have to focus on Nikki's home. So we're here. Yeah. So guys, I hope you're good. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That feels so weird because I have a YouTube channel now. So that's SoNicky. Follow me on Instagram, SoNicky_. Follow the podcast, SoNicky Podcast. Everything. Yes, that's a lot of follows, but guys, if you lot can follow Beyonce, you can follow me.
Yeah.
I may not be her, but you can also follow me.
They be dick riding celebrities. I don't like that. I don't like that. Do you want me to be easier with swearing?
No, you can do whatever you want. Yeah. Please, this is unfiltered. Because, listen, I have to hold my tongue at work when I'm at my other job and I don't like it. Here, I'm free. Okay? Anyway, guys, I have a new guest. Of course, I did say now it's just going to be me. So, we weren't talking about the old format. We weren't talking about that. But, guys, I got a guest. I wanted to get this guest because I saw his podcast on TikTok. Absolutely loved it from literally the first video. I think men should be free on podcasts. I've said this before and they know what I think. So guys, I've got Alex from AOT, Apes on Tape podcast. Apes on Tape, by the way.
It's a crazy name.
Yeah, I have the lead singer of that R&B band. The main character, the leader of the group.
And that's one thing, I ain't the leader of the group. There's so many
you guys are strong personalities in different ways, and I do like that.
I'm more of a let's do this, and if you lot agree. But if people start shouting and disagreeing, I'll be like, okay, I'm definitely not the leader of the group. I would say, but in most of my groups, I would say that I'm the captain.
So, what's different? What makes it different?
I'm the locker room guy. I keep things ticking, if there needs a joke to be made, I keep everyone's spirits high. But I'm not there's definitely the strong personalities there.
Listen, you don't have to be the strongest personality to be the main
usually the
character,
white guy that's the leader of the group.
Oh, Jesus. Right, guys.
They got in their DNA, man.
Listen, we're going to start off with our toast. So every episode we have a toast. From when I started this podcast.
Can I get some Kraken?
Oh, listen, pour. Let's pour. Let's pour. Sorry, guys, for the noise. But yeah, we got some juice, of course. You lot know I love a drink. I'm such a lush. I said I will stop drinking on podcasts,
I don't really drink on podcasts.
I do.
Because I'm always slurring my words.
For any clip that you might have seen me, there's one particular viral clip, and yes, even though it was a true story, we're not going to go into what I said because it has died down on the internet now and I'm happy. But I was very alcohol infused that day. That day we had tequila plus Hennessy.
That's a horrible mix.
I will never forget. But then, we always have a toast just to usher in the episode, just to usher in good vibes. So this toast, it goes like this. So to love.
To love.
To life.
To life.
And to everything that is SoNicky.
To everything that is SoNicky. Period. Oh, man.
Cheers. Cheers to
salud,
clink, clink.
salud.
Salud, salud.
Do you know what I've always said? See, repeating things,
What do you mean?
You said to love, to life, to everything. I forget things. I'm always scared about my wedding day. You know when they say I'm always feel like I'm gonna stutter as well. Do
you know what's funny? I feel like this toast, I feel like I say it a different way around every time.
Oh, definitely.
I might say to love life or to live, love, whatever.
I just go.
But
just go with the flow.
We're just trying to be good vibes. So, guys, we also have the SoNicky Special. So the SoNicky Special is whatever we're drinking. Yeah. So this week again, we've got the Kraken rum. On the last episode, my guest did request this, but then I had never actually had Kraken before, and guys, it bangs. And today we're having Kraken with Red Bull, sugar-free Red Bull.
What is your favorite drink, by the way?
My favorite, alcoholic drink?
What's your go-to when you're at the bar?
At the bar. Or I have two things. So it's either like a white wine or Hennessy and apple juice.
Damn, you're a brown liquor woman.
Yes.
No, yeah. Brown liquor women, they're scary.
How?
You lot be getting handsy. You lot be getting handsy. Babe, stop.
Listen, if you need a helpline. Oh my God.
Oh, sorry about
It's
that.
okay. So listen.
Domestic violence is never funny, kids.
Oh my God. Hell no, we were not even making fun about
Unless I make jokes about my own. I've had women put their hands on me.
Why?
I'd be annoying though, so I'd be low-key deserving it. I'd be deserving
Guys,
it.
we're gonna listen. So listen, I've got some quick fire questions for you, and then we're gonna play a game. I feel like these games are kind of similar, but we're gonna play anyway. Okay, some quick fire questions. Okay, so what is your biggest fear?
Biggest fear, heights. Hate them.
You hate heights.
Oh man, like naked heights. Like you see if we're in
What's
like
a naked height?
Like you see if we go up in a plane, I'm cool. If we go up to a building and there's like nothing, like
Oh yeah, that would make me nauseous.
yeah, because because I'm stupid. Like I'll tell myself to like jump off, and like it will. Sometimes you do things without even thinking.
So you said I'll tell myself jump off. Okay, what is your proudest moment?
Proudest moment. Oh man, proudest moment. I ain't even got that. I haven't done much. Proudest moment
So far in your life.
so far. Man. Oh man, there isn't much. I would say I made it through secondary school.
That's a proud moment.
Honestly, I shouldn't have. They tried to make me go to college by year 10.
They tried to make me do that, but
Yeah.
then that's only because I had like a very complicated surgery when I was in year 11. Imagine in year 11, that's when they
that's
did my
people.
surgery.
I just couldn't be mixed with kids. I was a nightmare. So shout out to Broomfield School.
Oh my
I made it.
What song best describes you?
Can't say.
What do you mean? Do you know what song describes me? I feel like, okay, what song? Let me think. You see, now I'm trying to think of something cute. Okay, so everyone knows one of my favourite songs is City Girls Actor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love...
My one is The Mad King, Turn Back the Hands of Time.
What's that?
The Mad King.
I don't think how did that go?
He's cancelled.
Wait, who? We can cut this out.
Don't cut out the man from Chicago.
Oh, no!
Love that song. But that's a beautiful song.
Because I was just like, what song is that?
Oh, I would say New Edition, Mr. Telephone Man.
Okay,
Yeah.
so R&B. So
Yeah,
R&B
yeah,
vibe.
yeah.
Alright.
I'm a singer that can't sing.
Oh, you see the four walls of my house? Oh, listen,
Oh,
I
yeah.
sang.
Yeah.
But no one needs to hear me sing. Okay. Who is your hero?
Hero. Dad.
Your dad.
Oh.
Oh, that's my hero.
Dad or mum. Real
Yeah.
good people that put up with me for so long. So, yeah.
That's good. I love that because my hero, I would say my dad. You know, when I said me too, I was like, not his dad. My dad. Yeah, God, I don't know your dad. Like, all right. So last one, who is your celeb crush?
Celeb crush. There is a few, but I would say I'll just go for my first celeb crush, Janet Jackson.
Okay.
When she was...
in her prime.
Yeah, then it went to... I forgot her name. Oh, man. She does Avatar.
Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana.
Okay.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Okay.
So-
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful.
She is.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your vibe.
No, do you know what is... Yeah. Janet Jackson and Zoe Saldana.
That's your vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, no, Janet Jackson, I hear it. Janet
Yeah.
Jackson, because she looks good. Funny enough, she's actually coming to the OT, you know.
Is she?
And I was thinking I wanted to go. Maybe this is the sign.
But I've always said, like, if I go to a Janet Jackson concert, am I only going to know, like, 2 songs? The one with Michael Jackson and...
Yeah, because I'm just
Scream.
there for the vibe.
But does she still be dancing? Like,
Oh,
ain't she, like, 70? No?
she's not 70.
How old is Michael?
She's like late 50s, I think.
Oh, but she got that plastic surgery that don't look too good. I don't know.
You don't think she looks good?
I've always said I like to see people grow age gracefully without the plastic. Like, you look good when you're old. Like, I love old people. Anyone asks you about it, I love
You
old
said I love
people.
old people.
No, like, you see, like, with me, I play about a lot of things. I don't play about old people.
Yeah, I
swear.
like old people.
Do you know
Like,
what-
I will help old people. Like, when I see them.
The other day I was out and then this old lady, she was with her daughters and they were going down the escalator. She was about 80. And then her two daughters went down the escalators like, no. And then I was like, oh, miss, did you need help? I held her hand and we're going down the escalator. So I'm holding her hand while I'm on the step below. I'm just looking in her eyes. I was like, damn. I know she was trouble when she was like 30, 20. But then she was telling me that I'm such a good man. I'm like, don't play with me. Don't play with me.
You're sick.
Give me the green light. I'm gonna knock your socks off.
Someone that's like 60 years your senior, almost.
Hey man, you gotta
That
do,
is crazy.
sometimes charity work is the best work. All right, when you're 80, are you still not gonna be?
I hope I'm active. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope I'm active, like, when I'm, let's say, pension age. I hope
But
I
the
am.
thing is, the problem is you can't find a man.
With my husband, obviously.
Yeah, but I'm saying when say you're both 80, I'm not gonna be shagging when I'm 80. Because I'm gonna need someone to get on top. Because I'm not gonna have.
You know what? There's some lady that I follow, yeah.
And she be.
It's on TikTok, like this grandmother, like she was in the hospital recently, and I was actually scared. I don't know who this lady is, but I was actually scared for her. She's 94 and she's got a man. Like, she's probably got a man, and I was just like, well, some of us are like way younger than you. And anyway, I'm projecting. But then it seems like her and her man, they be doing bits. They're doing get ready with me. Like, when he brings her flowers, she'll be snapping him. And do you know what? She does like the millennial thing as well. She won't show his face.
Yeah, gotta keep your man. You know what I mean? No, but if you think about it, there's a lot of 9-year-olds on TikTok probably try hit him up.
I'm so dead.
No,
like,
no.
do you like? Are you the type of person to do that? Like, if you're with somebody, like, you wouldn't post them, like, or you'd like hide their face.
Nah, never.
No,
But
really?
do you know what it is with me? Like, if I'm around you a lot, I'm gonna be posting you because you're gonna be doing some dumb shit. So it's like, do you know what it is? Well, it's like I feel like people don't want to be doing that. One, because of embarrassment. Sometimes you're with a person that you shouldn't be with, but they the vibe though. I've always said, you know the ones where you tell your friends like, yeah, like me and so are done, but you be linking them on the download.
Hold on. Sorry, I'm just getting another red.
Oh, but yeah, no. I will always say, like, sometimes that person that you're not meant to be with is the best time ever.
Can I tell you that was once my life?
It's everyone's life.
This
at
is
one
why
point.
I always keep my relationships quiet in terms of like full details. Even like my closest friends, if you know who it is only because you probably know them as well.
Yeah.
Or like, do you know what I mean? But then I've always been that way inclined. Even when I was younger, like my first relationship when I was like 16, he would post me, like he would have me, like he posted us on Facebook one time and I was like, okay. But I've just never been that person. So for me, I'm not purposely keeping you away.
I had that one problem though. There was one time I was like 19. My girl at the time, she broke up with me. So here I am. See, with men, we don't break up with women. We just wait until the woman finally has enough of our bullshit and cuts. So I was waiting and she finally done that. I was like, I'm finally free. And she saw me trying to move on. So I'm getting to know I done the bad thing. I must have been like with my best friend. You know when your best friend turn into lovers? Yeah. And then she must
so triggered.
But then you know when you see that person moving on. So that this woman I was talking to, she was like, nah, you still be with your ex. I'm like, nah, like me and her and done. I woke up one morning, my ex posted up a selfie of me and her in the bedroom, both half naked, yeah. And I'm like, wow, like my privacy. And then obviously I've got my main over there cussing me out saying you're still with her, I'm just like.
This goes into my next game with you. And this game is called I'm Curious to Know.
Okay, go on.
So this game is not an original game by myself. So of course, I have to give the shout out to the people who created this game.
Who created it?
So shout out to Kiki and Medina Monroe from Cocktails Podcast. They are two women based in Atlanta, in America. Yeah, like I've listened to their podcast for, oh my God, it's been like almost 5 years.
By the way, women's podcasts are so much better than men's podcasts.
Do you know what's
much
crazy?
better.
I would say the opposite, but then it's because for me, I'm
Insight.
a woman that does podcasts.
Yeah.
So for me, not that they're not good. I think podcasts are amazing, hence why I do it. But like for men, I love listening to how like men think and how men operate.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I could listen to I don't listen to podcasts, by the way. I can't listen to a full episode. I ain't got the attention span. But like, say if it's a short clip, I'm always dying at the women's
Yeah.
podcast because at the same time they're just being them, man. Like, I feel like with men, like we all love a gossip chat. I love a gossip chat. If you told me to come down and we're gossiping, I'm gonna sit here for 3 hours. I'm gonna add my own little gossip. I'm gonna spill the tea on my own boys. Sometimes I'm like that on the phone.
Do you know what? We might get there. But anyway, so I'm curious to know. So they created this game. It's a card game. By the way, Kiki and Medina, I actually tried to order this game and it's been sold out for ages. Yeah, because
It's an actual game?
Yeah, no, they've got the cards and everything. Like, so they started doing it on their show and they made it into a card
That's
game
big.
for like people, you know, like icebreaker games, like if you're on like a
Oh,
first
yeah,
date
yeah,
or
yeah,
something, which I think is really cool because one of my friends is like in Atlanta at the moment. Every week I go refresh the page, like I want him to order it so that when he
Yeah.
comes back to London, bring it. But
Yeah.
anyway, so I had to curate my own. But here's the thing, I haven't written my questions.
Go
so,
on. Off the rip.
okay. And by the way, feel free to also ask me what you're curious to know, okay?
Cool.
All right, cool. So I'm curious to know, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, 1 being the least, how toxic are you?
I'll go 8. No, not in a good, not even in a good way. But like,
What?
so 10 being the worst.
10 being the worst?
Yeah. No, do you know what it is? I'm bad like with like mood swings. Like I'm bad like I know, and I joke too much as well. Like my toxic ain't like I'm trying to piss you. I joke way too much. Like for like, you know when you've gone through like failed like relationships, yeah, and you hear the same thing, you think everything's a joke, and it's like I hear that everywhere I go.
Do you know what you sound like? You sound like me. It's
Everything's
so
a joke.
weird
Yeah.
because we're different ages.
How old are you, sorry?
Different-
Okay. I know what age.
That
I would say you 32.
next month.
See, I'm always right, man. I'm always
Big
right.
respect. But then I know you're.
But we're not
I
in
know
different
you're a
ages.
couple of years younger. No, because do you know how I differentiate it? Because I know you're not way younger than me,
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
it's like I always feel like there's generational gaps over every
100%,
certain period.
yeah.
Wait, so how old are you? What, like 28?
Yeah, 28.
28. Because for me, I've crossed that bridge of 30 already. So I feel like the way we view things, it could be quite similar, but also very
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Because I've reached a milestone and
Yeah.
and you've past 25, things change so rapidly.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you get
no,
what
by
I
the way,
mean?
I've always said
Yeah.
25 to 30, they said it's a horrible age.
It's weird. It's a roller coaster. Like,
I'm at the worst point in my life right now. Like, it's a laughing joke, but man, after 25, nothing's a joke anymore. But I'm still hee and laughing. I'm just like,
that's like me, and I'm in my 30s, especially for me as a woman. Like, it's definitely different. It's only now that like it's gonna sound weird, but I'm taking my health really seriously because I got really sick. I told you I got really sick at the end of last year, and even just in general, my body hasn't felt the same.
oh,
since-
100%, yeah.
Since, so it's like I know I need to take it seriously, but like, being an adult is hard. I find it quite difficult.
Do you know what I bring it back to? I always used to think, my mum used to come home. She'd be like, I need a glass of wine. I was like 15. I was like, Mum, like, what are you doing? Like, you're moving like one of those movie characters, like, glass of wine. I was like what? Like, I'm just going to school. Man, when I turned 21, I came home one day. I didn't even need a glass of wine. I said, but give me the Ray. And I was like even my friends were like, oh, you're not going out? I said, nope, I just need to get a little tipsy and go to bed.
You know, when I started living by myself, that became more of a thing. Like, I would be so busy because sometimes I work 7 days a week, sometimes 6, sometimes 5. My week varies because I have more than one job. So it's like, listen, when I've worked for like a month with no days off, for me, the only time period I have to myself is probably the 3 hours I go to church.
Oh, that's
so
beautiful.
sometimes,
That's a beautiful time, though.
yeah, listen, like, for example, today, church, listen, that
Pastor was
message
talking to you.
for me, like, I love my church. Like, it's a small church. Guys, if you need a church, I know it's going to seem a little bit weird for me to talk about it here, but Deliverance House of Prayer, we're in Canning Town in East London. DM me if you want to visit. It's a small church, we're a growing church, but listen, my
Church is
pastor,
beautiful. Seems like he,
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, you on my Insta? Like, he just be like sending little shots at you. Yeah.
listen, that message was for me, but then, like, yeah, I find adulting quite, Anyway, I'm curious to know.
Oh, God.
I wrote this one with question, but I'm specific. By the
Say
way,
it.
you see all that I'm curious to knows. I haven't written it down. Of course, we've had time to speak a little bit, so it's just coming off the dome. But this one, I wrote down. I had to.
I want to know.
I'm curious to know what happened in Birmingham.
Never, ever.
happened in Birmingham?
Never, ever. I was gonna put out a video. Was someone keeps on asking on our Patreon, but
I saw the clip of you talking about that. Yeah.
Is it? There's a clip.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't a clip. No, it was an episode. Sorry.
Oh yeah. But you know what? It's like what we were saying earlier. I give so much to the internet, like my life, like not that it means something, but I'm very freely open. Like, you can ask me about anything. But that one little story, it's for me and my friends who were there, and we it's a crazy story, but we make constant jokes about it, like, honestly, and it's like, this is beautiful. And it was even like a thing, like, I didn't tell my parents about it. It was so crazy.
Oh, was that deep?
Yeah. But I told my mom.
My hypothesis of this story has gone out the window now.
Why?
No, because I was thinking it definitely has something to do with a woman. There was a woman involved in the story.
The thing is about the story.
Yeah.
It's about, if I have to tell you the story.
Yeah.
We would have to go back from when I was 8, 9.
Okay, yeah, hypothesis out the window.
It's so deep rooted. It's like, I have to tell you, when, and I can't tell stories. I'll have to, but like, literally, it's how, like, my mind works.
Okay.
And everything. It was like, I even told my mum everything. Like, when, like, you feel like you're old enough, just to chop it up with your mum.
Yeah.
And it's like, I haven't got there with, like, my dad, because we just be on, like, a cool, like, he's like my best friend vibe, as in, like, we'll just chop it up, bust jokes. But I was like, Mum, you actually don't know anything about me, do you? And then, because she knows everything face value, what I bring when I see her. But then we just chopped it up, and she was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, yeah. But then she told me something that I never knew.
Okay.
And it was like, me and my mum, we ain't going bands for bands, we're going trauma for trauma. And it was like,
oh my God, yeah, okay.
But it was like a beautiful thing, because it was like, obviously it's sad whatever happened. But then, but then it's like, when you can open up to someone, and you had a 2-hour conversation, like, we was walking around the house, walked in the garden, just talking, and it was like, you think you know your mum until you talk to them. Like, even for one story, she always tells us, my mum tried to kill her stepdad. And then even like my grandma, I feel like with Jamaican women, there's the same story.
What the fuck?
My grandma, she'd be just talking to me randomly, and she was like, yeah, Granddad had a side piece, and I tried to stab her. And I was like, but I don't know, but I feel like the time before the internet, very crazy. You could get away.
Do you know what? Yeah, like, that's like with me and my mum. Like, my mum doesn't realize she's doing this. Do you know what? I'm going to make an effort to talk to my mum about these things, because basically the field that I work in away from this is like, I'm training to be a family systemic psychotherapist.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So basically I'm like a junior systemic psychotherapist. And my mum doesn't realize, and I think it's such an amazing thing that she does, is like, she lets me know so many things where I'm like, I get you now. I'm like, but why do I get you now? I wanted to get you before, but then at the same time, I'm her child.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So it's like, she probably didn't want to say certain things, because it's like, listen, that's adult business. You know, like, that's an African thing as well. Yeah. It's like, it's adult business. You don't need to know that. But then there are certain things that if my mum does something and I'm like, oh my God, but why did you do that? My mind will cast back to conversation. I'm like, do you know what? It's not even you. I'm not even mad at you. But I love my mum. Like, I feel like my mum has grown so differently and so beautifully.
You always see that.
Yeah, you always see that. Yeah.
With me, it's I wasn't say. So you see the whole thing of like, I get you now. So that's where our point was with my family.
Okay.
Not like my cousins. It was more like my mum and dad. Like I've always said, I don't really care about what anyone thinks about me other than my mum, dad, and grandma. Sorry to my siblings. I don't care what they think about me. But they're always going to love me.
How many siblings do you have?
3.
3, okay.
So, but then I was like I was thinking late at night for about a year. And I was like, my mum actually doesn't understand like the way I do things because, but then I was like, I would hate to, God forbid, pass away and she's confused and like, or my friends are telling her stories. They're like, I didn't know he was dealing with that. So then, but I've always grown up thinking, why doesn't people understand me? And it's the weirdest thing, but it's simply because even when I was little, I got tested for like ADHD and what's the speech thing? I couldn't speak when I was younger.
Speech and language?
Yeah. So they was like, you
couldn't speak or you had delayed speech?
So my speech was, I was 4 and I had the speech of a 2-year-old. I was so behind.
Do you mean like in how many words?
Like I just couldn't like formulate a sentence.
Okay.
Even now, if you go back, I say like because my brain's freezing and it's just something I've learnt to adapt to do. But they said, oh yeah, you got speech of a 2-year-old at 4, which is crazy. And I think the ADHD was like, he couldn't complete the test.
Really? Because I've sat in, because with my job that I have now, I've sat in on an ADHD. So the field that I work in, I've done it for 12 years now. And I didn't realise it was that long until I said this the other day. So people don't believe me. I remember so much stuff when I was like 2. Same.
Yeah.
I remember so much stuff from when I was younger as well.
So she tried telling me when I was like 15. And I was like, I remember the test. And I was like, the test was so frustrating. She was like, you was 4. But I was like, I just remember.
It's a very extensive exam.
Yeah.
Like when I sat in on it, usually it takes like 2 to 3 people to do the assessment and to go through it literally question by question to see if this young person has ADHD. Yeah. But then on this day, because I was in my early phase of my job, I was the 4th person in the room, and it gobbed me. I'm like, it takes this many people. Like, we were watching from behind the screen. Like, the family knew that, listen, there are professionals on the other side. And when I saw, like, that was my first time doing an ADHD exam. Me personally, when I'm working with people with ADHD, I can tell they have ADHD, but I never had the formal training until now. Now that I have it, it's crazy. Like, of course, I won't go into it too much now because this is not what we came here to talk about.
Hey,
but
we can talk about anything.
No, but the thing is, I feel like the reason why I say that is only because it's such an extensive thing, and I can't bring the examples, those specific examples. Do you know what I mean? But ADHD, especially in Black people, I think it's an important. Very important.
There was one conversation. My mum was having a conversation with my aunties, and she didn't know I was there. She goes, "Yeah, I knew Alex was always autistic," and I'm just like, "Wait, what?" And she was like, "Oh, you're there," and it was like a thing where she was like, "Yeah, it wasn't never that bad," and I was like, "Bro." Through school, it was like the hardest thing because I remember I got told to get tested again through the school because I was just, not that I was a bad student, I just couldn't
concentrate.
I couldn't like form big friendships. I'd always have like 2 best friends and that's it. But then I was just like, I went through the whole of school to be thinking like, why don't I get stuff or what, or certain subjects I was really excelling, like maths. I could excel in. I could remember formulas. I couldn't remember anything else. But then I clocked maths is just formulas. But then I was like, why am I so shit at like English? And I was like, why am I losing concentration? It was like the most frustrating thing ever. Or I'm like, why is this guy pissing me off and he hasn't done anything? Or why is this guy pissing me off because he's keeps on shuffling his right hand, or I'm just clocking bare things in the room. I'm like, when you get older, you realise, and now My nephew, he's like me. And now he has someone to talk to where we just talk about it. And
I think that's so amazing. You see, especially for black people, to have someone in your family that you relate to. Because for me, I don't think I had that until adulthood.
Yeah.
I don't think I had that.
Do you ever look at your parents and be like, damn, you autistic as hell? I look at my parents. That's undiagnosed autism. Like,
for me, I'll say maybe no, but I just feel like
you ain't never had like my dad would come screaming down like something. I was like, why can't this guy articulate his thoughts in a normal manner? And I'm like, do you know what?
I want parents, and I never feel like it's too late. I want black parents, whether you're African, you're Caribbean, to feel safe in a space to talk about trauma. So I actually was on a trauma training. I've done 2 days of it already. I'm going to do my 3rd day next week. Listen, being in that training, listen, I was gobbed about so many things. Again, I won't go into detail too much because we'll take up too much time.
Like with me, quickly, it's like I always give my parents like leeway. See, like they say, like black parents with like beating their kids. Like, not that I understand that it was right, but you understand like the era they grew up in. It's like so much they had to deal with. Yeah, and it's like, and like formulating their like why they're doing this. It's like so hard, like dealing with the racism, like peak racism. Yeah, that was like the 80s and 90s. I was like everything's going down. Where like now we're old enough to be like, I'm not gonna be like my parents, but don't ever be like have hatred for your parents for doing that, because that was like the only way. And like to have such good jobs like comes with big pressure, or a lot of, we talk about our jobs now where there'll be like racism. There's nothing. It'll be like small things, but with them it's big things. And you coming home and you got your kid running about acting stupid. Sometimes you got to give a little leeway and be like, this was wrong, but you was going through a lot. And it's like, now they've given us a life. So a lot of our parents have come over from different countries to give us a better life. And it's like, you're like, they could have stayed. My parents.
But then you see that better life comes with a lot of pressure. Because you see sometimes, like, listen, some parents, won't even know what you're even studying. All they know is that you need to graduate, you need to pass. Because you're here, because you're in like a more westernized society, you will have a good job and it will pay better.
But
First of all, who told you that? First of all, who told you that? When bills in this cost of living crisis,
it's crazy.
Who the hell told you that?
It's insane.
You know?
It's insane.
Right. I think we'll do one more curious to know, and if you've got an I'm curious to know for me, you can give one to me. I'm curious to know, I can't lie, just for the girls that watch the podcast, because I know I will see one message at least. What is your relationship status? Yes, it is a podcast. Yes, we'll talk about relationships. Shut up. So,
man, a fine boy like me.
A fine man like you. What is your relationship
status? Handsome,
status?
funny. Of course I've got a fine woman by my side.
Sorry, girls.
Of course. I can't. I'm a catch. I'll say this. I'm a catch. I tell people, fat funny niggas, we back in style, man.
Fat funny.
Hey, man. Girls love a girl with a guy with a belly, I can't lie.
Yes.
But sometimes...
That's the damn truth.
Nah, but obviously sometimes I'll be looking, I'm like, man, I need to get the 6-pack right. But life be life.
I've gained so much weight. Like, I'm like at my heaviest, I'm scared to weigh myself. So like,
do it though.
Even this dress, for example, today when I put it on, because this is new. I just took it out of the packet. I'm like, listen, let me just put this on. Oh, the squeeze? But it came on and I said, listen, this is the life I chose. Yeah, no. I'm going to wear the damn dress.
But no, yeah, do you know what it is with me? I've always been in demand somehow. Somehow, some way. Honestly, I always me and my friends make jokes about it. It's like some of the women you've had is like, how? And I'm just like, no. I don't even know. And I remember, I do feel like, because it's like I'm a bit weird and a bit different. Like I'm way weirder than I put off. Like this is just like, okay, this is the amount of weird I can go into. The weirdness I can get into is like, what the hell are you doing? But women just love people just being themselves. Yeah. Like I'll never shape myself to fit around a woman. I used to do that when I was like 16, 17. because what I found out what I was doing, I was attracting women that I don't want. And it's like, you can pretend you're this guy because you want that girl. Then you get that girl and you realize you don't want her. And now I'm just being myself. The people around me, even like friends, it's like I have the best people. And yeah, I don't know, man. I've always just said, just be yourself. And if you're a weirdo, man, you're going to find another weirdo and you're going to have so much fun.
Do you know what? I said this was the last one, but I've got a very random, I'm curious to know, because I always find it interesting when guys like this and listen to your show. I know you like this. And I think guys think I might be a bit weird because I like this. So if you could be a WWE character, who would you be? WWE. And why? It's so weird because I wrote it down, WWE. I was like, I have to ask this.
I'm going to be, what's his name? Is it Rashiki? Fat nigga. He used to put, his special move was he put his bum.
Stick face.
Yeah, they put his bum in people's face. I want to be doing that.
That is fucking...
That's me. That's my spirit animal.
Are you joking?
I think he's dead.
Did he die?
I don't know.
I have to Google
what
that.
What would you say?
Hold on.
How much jokes can I make on this podcast?
My God.
But okay, so my question is...
What, you got that curious to know for me?
Yeah, white guys.
White guys?
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Oh, how many white exes have you ever had?
As in relationship?
Even just talking.
I don't know.
There's so many.
I've never tallied.
Oh, is it?
No.
Do you be like with your white guy and you just be mad shy when you see another black?
No, the white guy that I've been with, like me personally, I don't really discriminate. I feel like I do have a type, but then I do find white men attractive. Like I've said this before. Like my friends, shall I blow him up? Nah, let me not blow him up. I have a friend who's also a podcaster who was irritated by the fact that I said on a show one time that how I ranked my preference on men. Yeah, and basically white guys were before his particular kind.
So what was he?
Here's the thing. When I did that ranking, I can't lie, on this particular episode of the show that I was on, I was very intoxicated.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah.
That's not an excuse. My ranking was genuine, but I didn't mean it like I don't like one type way more than the other, if that makes sense.
It just fits me more. I feel like, see with like, I always say, I wouldn't have a type of women, but my it's like a list. It was like, I would like for you to be black.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would prefer to go with someone that I'm really cool with.
Okay.
Like, I would hate to be with, say if I had a black woman that I was talking to and like, she doesn't get my jokes, she doesn't understand me. And it's just like, but damn, we go on some good dates and would have a good family. Or there was an Asian woman. And it's just like, it would be unideal, like her family's racist, but like me and her connect so good.
But you guys are good, yeah.
And like I'm having the time of my life.
I hear it.
I'm stuck with like, do I just like be with this woman just because it's like, oh yeah, black power, or have a good black family, and I semi have a good time, or be with her and be thinking about the other woman constantly, how we had a good time. And it's like, it's hard, but I get it. But I'm always said there's always a black woman that will
take your heart.
Yeah,
because for me, like, I don't mind being with white men, but then if a white man, like a white British man, if you're a white Eastern European, whatever it is, like you want to get with me, I don't want to be like, first of all, just if you want to be informed about certain things in black culture, especially for me, my African culture, deliver it a type of way. Do you know what I mean?
Say if you was really close with my man, and a couple of tweets got pulled up and he was cussing black women.
Oh, we're done.
Oh, we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
But he just said he was learning from his ways.
Nah, we're done, because I feel like there are certain points where it's, you know, you would have known better. Fair enough, nobody really thinks about resurfaced tweets. I don't feel like anyone really thinks about that too tough. But
I'd be thinking about it.
Yeah.
I swear, if any white person like messages me like on Smoke, the first thing I do is search on their Twitter and I type in the N-word.
Oh no.
I'm nasty like that. Don't come for me when there's something in 2008 cooking.
The last, you know, Caucasian man.
He was racist.
No, this was like a long time ago though. It's been a good couple years. Like, he just did something I didn't like, and I feel like he was kind of like fetishizing me. Yeah, a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot. And
I heard that as well.
Literally, I locked him off immediately. But then he was somebody that was, I wasn't looking for a relationship. I'll put it that way. So it was easy to cut off.
Dating one Filipino girl. And we was chilling. She was mad cool. Like, had a good time. And she turned to me and she was like, oh, man. It's like, I just love like being with like a gang member.
What?
I said, who you talking about? Like, I was like,
wait, what?
Like, niggas know me. I ain't ever been so. I stay far away from gang.
She said, I love being a gang member.
And I was like, what do you mean? Like, obviously you have friends. Like, see, with like black people, obviously you can have friends that are in gangs, yeah. And that doesn't mean we're friends. Like, we're in that gang.
It doesn't mean I'm also a member. Yeah. We're cool.
And it's like I was like, yeah, man, this ain't going this ain't going well. Oh, that was my final one. Sorry, I just need to get this text off.
It's okay. Text. It's fine. I think what we got coming up next.
Ask me any question.
Any question? I'm
an open book.
That was your only I'm curious to know for me? Now you're gonna try and get in my business.
No, do you know what? I'm just more of like, if you had to be one animal, what would it be? You can tell a lot from a person when they answer this.
I feel like I'd be like a cheetah, just so I can be fast as hell.
Do you see with like cheetahs?
Yeah.
I've never respected them. In the animal kingdom,
I don't know too much about animals, but just for that,
you know, they can't run for more than 60 seconds or they'll have a heart attack.
Oh, then that's like me as an adult then.
Yeah.
That's like me as a human.
You know what with like cheetahs, it's like they look so fierce.
Yeah.
And like, it's like, bro, if I can dodge and weave you for a good 45 seconds.
Then that explains exactly who I am.
If we can get to scuffling, I always said.
Do you know what? Because I don't run for shit. So if that's the truth about cheetahs, then that fits me very well. That's just about it. I do not run. I do not like exercise. I need to like exercise because, listen, your girl's put on a few pounds. I need to like it.
It's nice weight. It's always nice weight. As long as you can look yourself in the mirror. I'll be flexing in the mirror.
I feel like for men, like you see, when a man puts on weight, I'm like, ooh. I'm like, okay.
He eating good.
I'm like, he's eating.
I hate when people be like, oh, you got the rich nigga belly. I'm like, I ain't got no money. I ain't got nothing.
No, I mean, I like to cook as well. So if I can feed somebody, if I like if I'm with someone that likes food,
I cook. I love to cook as well, and I love to cook for people.
Yeah.
It's like, I think that's like the best thing ever. It's like, but you have to wait for that though. I've always said a woman has to cook for me first before I unveil that I can actually make something.
Okay, first of all, let's talk about this. Right.
It's not in like a misogynistic way. It's like,
not. I don't want to call it misogynistic, but I've told this story before. I don't know if it was on this show or if it was on another show. Yeah. There was a guy. He was my friend, and I mean, I don't mind telling this if I've told you already because he's done out here for real, and I know he's gonna see this as well. You're done out here, stupid, dummy. Anyway, so there was a guy, he was my friend first, and then imagine years later, I started liking him more than a friend. So as soon as I started getting those feelings, I told him,
wrong move.
Stupid bitch move.
When I find out a woman likes me, I'm going to take you to Stupidville. I'm going to do whatever I want. That's the name of this episode.
I'm going to take you to Stupidville.
Oh, babe, I just fell asleep.
Listen. And here's the thing, yeah. Like, me, I don't feel like I'm someone that's easily intimidated. I don't really walk around on eggshells. I'm just a calm person, right? But he always made me feel like that. But then is when I told him that I liked him more than a friend, he just started showing me his character. I was thinking, I thought I knew you, but like, I don't know you.
But that's the comfortability.
Yeah, that's the comfortability. So this guy used to bang on. And me, when I cook as well, I will snap it, I'll post it, whatever. Because I take pride in my cooking. every minute, oh, so you're not going to cook for me. You're not going to do this.
Crazy.
These times you ain't...
That's crazy.
I can't lie, let me just admit it. You ain't even take me out on one fucking date.
Oh, you ain't ever
And
do...
you're doing... Oh,
But see, this is my problem. You should be the same way, like, you should wait for, like, 4 dates to cook for someone.
Let me tell you this right now.
But, like, that's why I'll say, I don't want to be cooking stupid for women, and then, gee, like, I ever have to cook again, or I don't have to up my cooking, because... Truthfully, everyone loves to be cooked for. And why can't it be a give and take?
I love it because I just like foods, like good foods. Yeah. Listen,
even if it's mediocre, even if it's just like me, like it's not the greatest food.
The fact that you tried.
The fact that I saw you in the kitchen, all right, let me clean up as well. It's kind of like a give and take, but I feel like people don't understand that.
Exactly. And like my thing is that, listen, I'm not the type of girl, I can't lie. I'm a woman. I like nice things. What woman doesn't like nice things?
Yeah. Women
like,
be expensive
I can't lie. But you see me, it's just do something that's in my interest.
Oh, yeah.
I can't lie. Let me just be honest. Guys, you can spend money on me. I like it. I like it. I like it. But then it's like the thought behind it. Don't just spend money on me because you want to spend, because you just think, oh, she's a woman and that's just what she likes. There needs to be some thought. This guy never did that, but you always wanted me to cook for you. And for me, about my cooking is that, listen, I take time out of my day, I stand on my feet, like, come on, like, cooking is...
But I've always said, for everyone, not just women, you need to be, like, taken for an idiot at one point in your life. Like, you need that moment. You need that moment.
For me, it's a few moments.
No, but obviously, some people only takes, like, 2 or 3 mistakes. But sometimes you need that character development. And you're thinking like, all right, I ain't gonna do this again.
You're ridiculous.
No, I've always said like, with me, if any woman would want to be with me, I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna need 4 chances minimum.
Listen, let me tell you what this nigga did. Bear in mind, guys, please context. He was my friend before anything.
I don't care about that.
So listen, he didn't care either. So,
now that you like me, that friend stuff is out the window.
Of course, we became more than friends. You know what I mean, more than friends. You know how it goes.
Shagging.
It's because
Shagging. Getting a little fucky, yeah. That's what I'm getting a little...
So, imagine, one day, like, he was bare on me. He was like, oh, come on, like, Nikki, it's just food.
Oh, he's begging you.
What do you mean it's just food?
Nah, that's crazy. When you're begging for a meal, he's like, you got
to... He likes to eat, stupid. So, cool. There was one night, I remember I had work the next day. I had work very early. At this point, let's say it's like 12:30 at night. He said, oh, what food you got at home? I told him what food I had. He said, that sounds nice still. Me like a stupid fool, I said, do you know what? I'll bring you some food. Bear in mind, he don't live local to me.
Sounds like a real nigga to me.
Minimum is like a 35-minute drive. Minimum, right?
South London, right?
Nah, your neck of the woods, actually.
Huh?
That's why I don't mess with people from your neck of the woods. Anyway.
From...
Yeah.
That might be the big homie. He taught me everything.
Imagine, I was in bed already, we're doing message, and I'm like, how can I be cute to this guy? I'm like, do you know what? Let me go to the kitchen, go to the fridge, dish out some food and go take it to him. Let me tell you something now, Alex, I left my bed. Bear in mind, this time of the year, it was cold. Left my bed. I was little shivering. Walked to the kitchen, dished up the food.
You know what? I imagine
I put it in the containers and wrapped it up in the bag.
You remind me, like, you see when them old movies, where they get out with the pajamas, with the hat on, with the candlelight on, like.
That's what I look like. I promise you. It's probably my phone that I use and I'm holding it. Listen, I packaged the food, for him to message me like, can't have a tired, I'm going in bed. Whatever, just to violate me. Here's the thing, this guy, he did end up like violating me on a different level. So this person...
The signs were there.
Yeah, I had to cut this person out of my life and it wasn't even over food and cooking. But then my whole point of even saying this was like, guys will do things like this. They want more from you, like cooking and things like that. Listen, it's not a problem if you want to cook for a man, but know what it is that you're doing. I wasn't going to cook for you to be a pick-me because here's the thing, as much as I like you, there's an underlying tone that I've already sensed that I'm not sharing with you in knowing that I don't feel like you're taking me seriously, but I like you, so let me just continue. I'm not going to cook for you.
We've all done things that we've done for someone, like, just because I'll do things for someone and I'll be like, damn, like I actually went out my way, like. Because it's weird. Because I'll never be the person to be, I did this for you. I just did it for you because that's in my nature. And I'm never going to be like, if you did me wrong, I'm going to throw it back on you. But at the same time, man, you had a good time cooking, right? You made some good food.
Yeah, I always make good food.
Exactly.
But I ain't cooking for him.
But you made yourself a meal on the way.
Yes.
So he gave you that motivation.
Is it?
That little pep in your step. They're
Really?
talking about, he was the hater that you needed in your life.
Fucking stays a hair. Anyway, listen.
Can I get the Kraken?
Yeah.
The Kraken.
Get the Kraken. Because I'm gone already. You see, I always say I won't drink on shows, but then I feel like this is what makes my shows. This what makes me on podcast is when I have a bit of energy. Because
loose.
when you came like earlier, I was like, oh my God, I'm tired. And
the Red Bull as well?
Yeah, and Red Bull. And anyway, I'm ready to eat after this. So listen, I'm cool. So one thing I want to know from you, yeah. So you had a tweet, yeah, that ended up on socials. It wasn't even, you didn't tweet this. It wasn't you. But then you said that, I think it was an ex-partner of yours that screenshotted a conversation and she put it on Twitter when you said, listen, let me give you a baby.
Yeah.
Listen, when you said it, yeah, I swear to God, like, I saw it on TikTok and then I said, let this video run again. I said, you see men...
Yeah, I said that.
I just want to ask you, the reason why I brought this up, I want to know why men say things like this. Because, you know...
I want my baby back. Nah, do you know what it is, yeah? Like, I joke too much. Like, so by then, it was like, we've obviously established that we've ended. And it was like... So when it ends on their terms, like, all right, cool, whatever, like, I saw this happening. Like, I saw this happening. Like, I can never say that I was surprised. I was horrible. Not horrible to her, but I was like, there was so much going on. Like, you're just dealing with your own stuff. And I was like, yeah, there wasn't any, like...
Was this the same person? Actually, I don't know if it was actually you that said it on your show or if it might have been one of your friends. Was this the same person that you cancelled the Valentine's Day trip for and went to Birmingham with your boys instead?
You know too much. You know too much.
I remember listening to this, yeah, because while I'm at work, I like to watch shows on YouTube, innit, yeah? I stopped typing.
Do you know what is it? All right, cool. I never planned to bring stuff up. So basically what happened was, yeah,
okay.
So that Valentine's Day, yeah,
yeah,
I was meant to, like, go all out for her and, like, do a little thing. Oh, would you be my girlfriend?
Oh, that's cute, though.
But then we had a little argument. And like, she was just like cussing me out, and it was like, oh, you're taking me for a fool, this and that. And then like, if you come at me, I just shut off. I don't ever argue back. I'm like, cool. I'm not gonna talk to her for like 2 days. And she was like, da 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 da. I'm like, cool. We can cancel the weekend. She was like, bet. And I was like, I can't even cancel everything.
Oh no.
So I was like, boys, do you want to go Birmingham?
Oh, that's what happened.
And like, we was already planning to go to Birmingham because we had a football match in Birmingham and Leeds.
Okay.
So we had 2 football matches to go to. Me, I will never decline a football match.
Right.
Football, my mum, God, my wife.
Football, mum, the man above God, and your wife.
Yeah.
So those are your values.
Greg's Yum Yum, my wife.
I can't lie, those Greg's.
They be hitting.
Greg's.
They be hitting.
Let me take down Greg's.
I
think that's what got me back into Greg's because before you see Greg's when I was younger, yeah, like people would get gas like on the way to school and things like that. Like I wasn't that person. But you see those Yum Yums? Greg's. You see when I'm working from home, I will order Greg's.
Greg's started violating when they started adding the veins to the Yum Yums. Like,
you're an idiot. The veins to the Yum Yums. Listen, let me tell you
7 inches of goodness? Give it to me.
No!
I need that.
My 7 inches of goodness, I can't lie, it's only those Yum Yums.
But yeah. So back to the story. So it started off like that, and then it turned into it was a wild trip, and Ellie got with it.
So wait, hold on. Is this the same trip where this can't be told Birmingham story came from?
No.
Okay.
This is
okay.
No. I nearly got with a transgender woman. She was cool though.
Okay.
She was cool though. But like, she just wanted a cigarette, but we was chopping it up. And I was looking at her, I was like,
Do you know what?
I could do you.
I'm only laughing because I'm thinking this could go different types of ways.
No, we chopped it up. And then Bouncer told me, like, yo, just need you to give you a heads up. That girl over there.
Not who you think she is.
It's like, it's a guy. And I was playing jokes with him. I was like, man, like, should have told me before, like, I got head off her in the toilets. And his face dropped.
Wait, were you joking?
No. I'm joking. Of course I was joking. I don't be doing those things.
Because I have a video for you, yeah? So, very quickly, because we don't have that much long left. But I've got a video for you, and I want to know if you agree. So, the question on this video was posted by the Shade Borough. Shout out to my people them at the Shade Borough.
Oh, they be slimy though.
Yeah, people hate them, but you see me.
They
do.
They caught me on a couple of things that they shouldn't have caught me up.
Really?
Yeah, I lost a girlfriend over the Shade Borough post.
What?
I posted up a picture of blurring out me and a girl sitting here. I blurred out her name and I was put a caption like, shout out to my side piece to the love. It was like, it's my best friend in this thing, like it's a joke. But then I had a girl at the time, I seen someone and she saw that and she's like, that's not funny. And I was like, she's like, it's my best friend. And I'm like, I even try to message her like, Shade Borough, you need to like lock that off. Like my life's in turmoil, but Shade Borough.
Let me tell you now, if you tell them to take anything off, they ain't gonna listen.
Yeah. I respect. I respect the
They posted a video of
sliminess.
me one time.
I respect the sliminess.
They posted a video of me one time, and it was so I did a show for them one time, and we had a break in the show where we were just getting ourselves together, but cameras were still rolling.
Nip slip.
And then it wasn't a nip slip.
Oh, sorry, my
and
bad.
then I was talking to the camera, yeah, but then I was thinking, even if it is recording, like it will get cut out.
Yeah, it's not on the show.
This is one of the examples where I said I'll stop drinking on shows. Yeah. And then I said, anyway, this is my show, I can edit this out. I said, if you're getting your ass eaten in the UK, like you are like basically like top tier if a guy's eating your bum. Yeah. And then they clipped it, and used it to promote the Borough Section show. This was when Borough Section first started. And then when I saw it, I said, yay!
I
said, oh my God.
No, you actually got to sue.
No, but then I did go and talk about it again. Like, I remember I did a show with, Sukihana.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came on Laid Bare, and Sukihana is like, I just love Sukihana.
Yeah,
like, when I met her, when I say she's the nicest person.
She's not a real person to me.
No, listen, when I say she was mad cool. I remember like when I was taking a picture, she was like, I just love you. I was like,
I see people like that, they're not real people to me. They're just a fragment of my imagination.
You're an idiot.
Don't exist.
So I've got this video for you, and I wanted to play this because there's this guy, his name is Shaquille Romeo. I've actually asked him to be on this show. So Shaquille, if you want to be on the show, please stop airing my messages on TikTok. Yeah, stop airing my messages. Because when I message you your lives, you respond.
You be responding.
In the DMs, you're not responding. I did message him and ask him if he wanted to come on the show. But then, Shade Borough posted one of his videos and they're asking, is this toxic or just protective?
Away from guys like me. I'm toxic. I want to know where you are. I want to know what you're doing, who you're with. I want to know you're safe. I want to make sure you're safe all the time. I want to know that the people that you're with are making sure that you're
This is a light-skinned dude.
I want to know if anyone's making you feel uncomfortable. And if they are making you feel uncomfortable, let me know so I can come there and make them feel uncomfortable. I don't want your friends to bring you home safe to me. I want to bring you home safe.
This nigga making me horny. What the fuck?
Your girl's little boyfriend to bring you home safe to me. That's my responsibility. I want to come and pick you up and bring you home. So I'm toxic. Maybe stay away from me.
So I know who you're talking. I've never
The Lasky guy, yeah.
So that's toxic, by the way. That's toxic. But
Okay. Tell me why it's toxic.
Because it's like overprotective, and it's like I feel like relationships where it's like
You feel like it's too much?
it's way too much. Because then it's like what happens when you don't say what he's doing, and he's like he starts bugging out a little bit. It's like what the hell, and it's like comes through like a bit of insecurities in a way, and like if you can't have your own space, like the way I look at relationships is like. It should be two people come together, but they still have their own lives. It's like I don't need to know everything about your day. Truthfully, I don't really care. And it's like have your own personality because, bro, you don't want to come to a point in your relationship where it's like time away from your partner is the best thing ever because it's like it's not so intense.
Yeah.
So it's like, but he said one funny thing, yeah, and it's a clip. He's like, that nigga be putting on that smooth radio voice. He's like, where are you right now? I want to give you some cuddles right now. Da-da-da-da.
I can't lie. You
I be
see
sending,
that shit?
I be sending that to the homies.
Let me tell you.
I said it to my boy Lewis. I said, oh, where are you right now? I want to give you some.
Listen,
Sometimes the homies just need a
Can
cuddle.
I be honest about that? Yeah. Okay. My friend, shout out Theo, my homeboy Coppo podcast, guys. Go listen. They've got a new season coming out very soon. Yeah?
I like that podcast.
My homeboy Theon, yeah. Theon will cuss me out for this because every time like I watch stuff like this, I can hear Theon just in my ear, just cussing me out. But here's the thing. It is a little bit toxic for me. Okay, remember
bit,
everyone.
That's really a lot toxic.
It's a lot, but I like an overprotective man. As much as I very stand on my own, like I'm independent. I do this, I do
But then
that.
you're gonna wonder why he's bugging out. And
I like guys who are very like ask me shit, talk to
Yeah,
me,
there's a point
come
of
and
that.
save me. I like that feeling of like being
okay,
saved.
but then so now he's like, you didn't call him when you got home. And then now you're trying to step out next time. He's like, nah, you ain't stepping out because last time you didn't check in.
I'd be like the fuck. I'd be like I'm going out.
But that's the thing. Then how's that gonna build anywhere?
It's kind of sexy though.
But then it's like women love.
You see, I'm the cause of my own
yeah,
problems.
like women, like I get it. Like I like his stuff. Like probably work on a woman.
Yeah.
But see, when I say like, well, like if I'm an 8 out of 10 toxic, I'm just a toxic. I'm just too silly. That's me. That's my character flaw. I'm silly. I'm silly as fuck. But like with them guys, it's kind of too intense. I couldn't really like if my boy was doing that to a girl, I'm like, bro, like I'm like, women are not that deep, bro. Like I ain't stressing over no women.
But then, do you know, I had another question about videos like that. Do you feel like guys who would post things like this, because I'm sure, and maybe I haven't come across it yet, but I'm sure there are other guys that post stuff like that. But then, do you feel like it's genuine at the same time? Yeah.
Yeah. What, like they feel
like that's their character, like for real.
Nah, there's always, always said, like with people, it's like the Trojan horse. There's the message and there's something behind it.
Not the Trojan horse.
Huh?
You said the Trojan horse?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What?
You see the Trojan horse, where it's like the Romans came into empire and gifted someone a horse, but they had bare niggas inside that horse to pop out on them. It's like, so it's the horse. So that's the message. And there's something inside, bro. It's like, if someone that wants to know where you are 24/7, it's like, then it's going to be like, send me your location, so it's 24/7.
You see me, like, it just goes to show me the type of person how I am, because I'm very hot and cold. Like, sometimes I like it, but sometimes I'm like, yo, fuck, stop.
Like, no, but like with me, like, if guys are running that game, I ain't never going to stop them. Like, but if, say for you, it's like, advice, like I do with like all my female best friends, it's like, I'm gonna give you the blueprint of how I would do this, and like, or like what I'm doing while you're giving me free time. I'm like, man, that guy's got another family.
Like I remember my ex-partner, like he was a nigga, like, like for
The
real.
niggerest of niggas.
Like he is he's exactly like
the nigg god.
When I say he's like my type to a T, it was
super nigga.
ridiculous. What my like
Toxic as hell.
Yeah. He was subliminally toxic. That's the thing. But
I like guys like that.
yeah.
They be the real ones.
He was really protective and I loved it, because I remember there was one night I went out, I was in his neck of the woods.
And he just popped
Your
outside
neck
the
of
club.
the woods again.
I told you,
Let's
North
not.
London.
Hey, come on. I don't need people putting two and two together. So I had gone to something in that area, and then I had called him, but I was thinking, and he's an early sleeper, so I was thinking, do you know what? He's sleeping.
Early sleeper.
Stop that.
He's got a wife and kid at home. Talking about he's an early sleeper. Niggas don't sleep early.
First of all, yeah, he does. Second of all,
I've seen niggas be
Don't
around
go
the girls
into
and
my
fake
life.
sleep. The guys will be fake sleeping around the girls so they keep up that pattern. They be outside.
you're disgusting.
Not saying I've done that, but I thought about it. Get around my girl and just sleep for 14 hours
So on
straight.
this particular day, like I was out to a little bit late. It wasn't so late, but it was a little bit late. And then he was like, where are you? Are you not home yet? But he was like, I didn't even see this. I'm just seeing it now. And then I was like, yeah, I told him my location where I was. Listen, the way he kissed his teeth, he was like, what? You're waiting? And I didn't drive on this day. He was like, you're waiting for an Uber to go where? And I was like, I'm going home. Listen, he was like, give me 5 minutes.
That's a good man, though.
Listen, he sped up to where I was. And then when I got in the car, he was like, why were you waiting for what? He was like, I'm sorry, I didn't see your call, but like, what are you doing? Why didn't you tell me that this was your plan before? And I was just like,
Let's see with that now.
That's a love language.
That's a protected man. But say if you have to do that beforehand, you have to check in every time. That's a man that's like going off something that's happened. He's just reacting off it. And it's like, that's a good man. But if you have to check it, if it's like now every time, like I got to do this, do that. It's like he's now dating like his daughter.
oh, hell no.
Like it comes like a parent-kid relationship, you know? Like you got to be home before 10.
I do like that protective type, but then the reason I wanted to play that video is because when I saw it on the Shade Bar, I was like, because when I saw the video on TikTok, I had my own views and I actually had the same question. Yeah. Is this toxic or is it just like, okay?
But when people ask me questions like this, like, don't ever take advice from me. I'm fucked up. Like with me, I always said, I don't give a fuck if my girl's cheating on me. As long as I ain't know.
Anyway, just before we wrap up, I need people to know little bit more about you.
Go on.
Where you're from, your show, because again, you do AOT podcast, which is Apes on Tape. The name is ridiculous. I absolutely love this show. Guys, if you don't follow them, go follow them on TikTok, YouTube, all of that. Like, they have such a great show. It's 4 guys, because you guys mix it up sometimes. It's not always the 4 of you. Yeah. But then Alex is the main character. I always say because even when you messaged me back, I knew it was you. Like, I didn't know it was anyone else. But then tell us literally just a little bit about AOT podcasts and how long that's been going on for.
AOT was more like so 4 of us, me, Chino, Atlas, Ludo. Like we've all known each other. Like I've known Ludo from way back when, and even Atlas. Me and Atlas never liked me. Atlas never liked me, and I could pick it up because there was one time where he uninvited me from a power league session, a football session. He added
Guys, do that.
Bro, he added me and live on the timeline and was like, bro, I don't know what you heard, but like we don't need you to come power league anymore. I said, what? Whoa. And then Ludo messaged me, he was like, don't worry what Atlas said, come. And I was like, I'm the kind of guy to still come. I was like, bro, when I come, I'm putting a 2-foot challenge on Atlas. I don't give a fuck. Then I saw Atlas, the nigga was like 6'1", no fat on him, just pure muscle. And I was like, he kind of cool though. No, but then it was like, even from there, like, busting jokes, and then known Chino for years, like through Twitter. Like we was together on Twitter like 2012. Right. And then come 2017, 18, was close. Like they knew more about me than my actual friends. And so then I put a message out on my burner account. I was like, bro, I'm starting a podcast. And everyone was on it. And it was like, this is what I need. And then even the name, it was by accident.
How did that come up by accident?
It was just busting jokes before the episode started. And I was like, man, it's basically just some apes.
So you didn't have a name when you recorded?
No, we had about 4 names. And then I was like, through my cousin, like he rhymes things. I was like, this is some apes and tapes. Like that's the joke, just rhyming things. And we was like, we're going with that. And it was like, fuck. And then like 3 years later, when you only worry about it until when you get big, and it's like, okay, could we go? But the name of it just makes everything us. Yeah. So I would never regret changing it. Okay. And it's like,
I found it an interesting name because obviously on socials, all I see is AOT. Like that's what I see. And then when I was listening to episodes, I remember when I first started listening to like the 4 episodes, because I love clips.
Yeah, clips are the best thing.
My evening time, my downtime is just TikTok. So when I started to invest in time and watching the 4 episodes, and you're like, apes on tape, I said, no, he didn't.
Yeah, no, it is. But you know what? It's like a group chat kind of thing. And then even the only reason why
that's what makes a good podcast, though.
The only reason why I'd say like the podcast was so not big, but even on Twitter, like it was like, all right, cool. people were happy that I started a podcast because I've been making tweets forever. But then some guy was hating on it. It was like, guys from like group chats think they could just start a group podcast. And I was like, yeah, you can actually.
You can actually.
But then it was like, everyone got behind the negativity, and it was like you need the hater. I ain't never mad at him.
Sometimes you do. As much as they be
all
annoying,
the time you do.
Sometimes you do.
There's no artist that could say they got big until people started hating their music.
True.
I've always said
because in a weird way, the controversy makes you bigger.
Bro, I've always said Len. I don't know if you know him. He's an underground artist.
No, I don't think so.
He started making. I always fuck with his music, and then he put out a snippet, and everyone was like, "This is shit." Mm-hmm. And bro, his thing got 2 million views on Twitter, and people got directed to his other music, and it's like no one's gonna love your music that much to be like, "This is it." And like when you see it, it'll be like, "All right, cool, whatever." When people start hating on your music, you're doing stuff. But then there's always the other side of music where people hate on your stuff. People would just be like, "Oh man, they're hating on me because I'm so great." And sometimes your music be shit. And sometimes I don't want to say it because I know people are going to listen to it. If your music's so shit, I'm not going to say anything. I can't give you the limelight. Sorry. No. I'd hate for a shit artist to blow up from his shit music because there's a few thousand people fucking with.
That is crazy.
I'm a hate like that.
I know you said that at the beginning of the episode.
Like Sorry.
But what I want you to do right now, I want you to tell people where to find you when the episodes drop. Let them know.
Episodes drop when I feel like it. Literally. Like I've always tried to go on like schedule, but like I grew up listening to like Bodega Cat podcasts, and they dropped it whenever they wanted, and it will be like the mind.
I feel like I'm gonna move like that. To be honest,
and I feel like that's the problem why we ain't bigger than what we are because of like my schedule. But
nah, listen, you guys are big. Have you not seen like your TikTok following is crazy?
Yeah, but I don't feel like it.
Yeah,
but that's why I still keep on doing what I'm doing because it's like I don't like when there's too many eyes. I get mad shy.
Yeah, no. Let people know where to find you.
TikTok, I think it's called AOT Podcast. YouTube AOT Podcast. Type in Apes and Tape. What else? There's Instagram AOT Pod. So yeah, like if you want to check it out, you can. But always, do you know what I hate?
What?
Say if I'm like chatting to a woman, she's like, "Oh man, like let me listen to the podcast and support." I'm like, "No,
I've heard you say this.
No. This ain't for the ladies."
But then here's the thing. Listen,
be a lady and don't listen to it. Get out of here, man.
No, but then I think that's what I love about your show, like in general. So that's why I followed you guys immediately.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I went, boop, followed you. But guys, listen, we are running out of time. But guys, it's been me, your favourite homegirl, Nikki. We've had Alex from AOT Podcast, Apes on Tapes. This has been a good one. I've really enjoyed this episode. We went through the Kraken very quickly. Quickly. But guys,
I love chatting like with women, by the way. It's so much fun, more fun.
Yeah. By the way, I definitely want you to come back. So I hope, because I was thinking that the whole time, but it's just,
Going
today.
back.
Yeah.
And definitely you'll be coming on ours.
Oh, I'd love to. Thank you.
you.
I'd love to. I'd actually love to. Please, you are more than welcome to come back. I think you might get an invitation. Maybe you and some of the other guys, if they're interested, of course.
That's the only problem. Those guys don't really be outside like that.
But you're the only one. I would definitely love
Ludo
you to
would
come
be
back.
like, who's going to be there? Ludo always thinks someone's going to set him up on the other side of the door.
No, I can't. Because I told you when we were talking downstairs, that is not my style at all.
But
and also, if you ever want to check in with me...
Ludo's a proper nigga.
If you ever want to check in with me about like... You're silly about what's gonna come up. Like, please always check in with me. But guys, that's all we've got time for. Like I said, it's me, your favorite homegirl, Nikki. Follow the YouTube channel at SoNicky. Follow the Instagram page, guys. Please, I'm still building this up. I can't do this without you. I can't do this.
Have you seen that video
You're
where someone
silly.
like,
I can't do this without you. That's what happens when I film do shits and gigs. I'll tell you what happens afterwards. I can't do this without you guys. So follow SoNicky Podcast on Instagram. SoNicky on TikTok. Guys, until next time, peace and love and blessings to you. Have an amazing week. Share this with a friend of a friend. Hold on, what's the thing? Can you reach? I can't do it.
What is it? The little...
Are you watching the trial?
Nah.
Oh,
We'll
do you
talk
know
about
what?
that,
Anyway,
yeah.
we have things to talk about when we finish. But guys, peace and love and blessings to you always. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Peace out, guys.
Thank you for having me here, man.
You are crazy.